This is one of dozens of health facilities across Nigeria struggling to deal with the ever-increasing number of children facing severe acute malnutrition. Doctors in this hospital told us that on average they receive 100 new patients, and they've already run out of bed space to take care of new arrivals. In fact, a lot of patients are outside waiting for one patient to be discharged for another to take up that bed space. We understand they come in varying conditions. Now, doctors are saying that the situation started this year, the situation started earlier. In fact, it's usually in the month of July when they start to see this number of children coming to hospital for support or medical care. But the problem, the malnutrition in 2024 started 2 months before July. In fact, it started in April, which is 3 months before the regular time. And they don't expect this to ease until probably the month of November, when probably people will start harvesting crops from their farms and probably food will be a little cheaper by that time. But right now, what they're saying is that, what the doctors are saying is that it has reached a crisis point, especially in northern Nigeria.
You cannot expand enough, right? And so we are actually overwhelmed. We feel that this is a little too much, right? Yet we cannot stop, because if we do, the consequences are dire.
Government officials are telling us millions of children are currently in this state. In fact, there are some others who are yet to report in hospitals. We are told by doctors in facilities like this that children continue to die because some of them arrive these facilities too late for any help to be given to them. And there are conditions we understand that are causing this problem, multifaceted conditions. First of all, the security in parts of the country that has forced hundreds of thousands of farmers from their land unable to cultivate that land. Food inflation has risen to more than 33%. And in fact, there is also the lack of quality food that families can use to feed themselves and feed their children. Now, officials are saying that this situation could get worse before they get any better. Ahmed Idris, Aljazeera, Maiduguri.
Welcome back to A Niger Man's Perspective. Today we're tackling a critical issue that affects the lives of millions of children in Nigeria: acute malnutrition. As of August 2024, a staggering 9 million Nigerian children are at the risk of acute malnutrition, with 2.6 million of them facing severe acute malnutrition, which is a life-threatening condition. But how did we get here? And what can be done to reverse this devastating trend? Let's break this down. The roots of this crisis are deep and complex. First, ongoing conflicts, particularly in the northeastern regions of Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe states in Nigeria, have displaced millions of people, disrupting food production and access to essential services. Armed banditry, kidnappings, and violent clashes continue to make farming and distribution nearly impossible in many areas. Secondly, Nigeria's economic instability has played a significant role in this. With the devaluation of the naira, soaring food prices, and the discontinuation of fuel subsidies, many families simply cannot afford basic necessities. This economic strain is compounded by climate change, which has led to extreme weather patterns like floods and droughts, further limiting food availability. The impact of this crisis on children is particularly heartbreaking. Acute malnutrition weakens the immune system, making children more susceptible to diseases. It impairs cognitive and physical development, which can have lifelong consequences. Without immediate intervention, severe acute malnutrition can lead to death. In 2024 alone, over 9 million children are at risk, with 2.6 million in urgent need of critical nutrition treatment. But this crisis doesn't just affect individual children. It has far-reaching consequences for the entire nation. High levels of child malnutrition lead to a weakened future workforce, perpetuating the cycle of poverty and underdevelopment. Additionally, the strain on healthcare systems is immense, diverting resources from other critical areas. So, what can be done to change this narrative? These are a few steps we can consider. Expand humanitarian assistance. The government, along with international organizations, must scale up efforts to provide emergency nutrition, healthcare, and support services to the most vulnerable communities. Immediate and long-term strategies are needed to ensure food is available and affordable. This includes investing in resilient agricultural practices that can withstand climate change. Addressing the root causes of conflict is crucial. Without peace, sustainable development is impossible. Implementing policies that stabilize the economy, control inflation, and make basic necessities more affordable is essential. And finally, raising awareness about the importance of proper nutrition and how communities can access support services is vital for long-term change. Now, to conclude, the situation is dire, but is not entirely hopeless. With coordinated efforts and sustained action, we can turn the tide against acute malnutrition in Nigeria. It's up to the government, international partners, local communities, you and I, to come together and ensure that every child has a chance to thrive. If you found this video useful, informative, don't forget to smash the like button, share and subscribe. Let's try and make a difference a day at a time. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.